Hello painting peeps and welcome. It's Kathleen from COZ Creations. Welcome to the No Bra Zone number 3, guys. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to be doing a minimalistic painting on a well, this is a 12 by 24, but that over there is a 10 by 20, and that's what we're going to be using. And I'm using a variety of different paints with different consistencies. So I thought that it would be a good opportunity for me to give you just kind of a quick mixing video and talk about how I sometimes mix things up a little bit differently depending on the density of the paint, meaning a fluid paint, a medium body paint, and a heavy body paint. And the first thing I want to do is I want to talk to you about the pouring mediums that I use. I use Floetrol. I use Golden GAC 800, and I use Liquitex pouring medium, and I have these in this convenient little bottle because when I'm just mixing small amounts of paint, I like to just kind of squeeze it in. So let's talk about these pouring mediums real quick. Let's get these out of the way because your pouring mediums have different densities. So you can use the density of your pouring medium to adjust the consistency of your paint, meaning if you want a thicker paint, you can use a little more Floetrol because Floetrol is thicker than Liquitex and thicker than Golden GAC 800. If you want a thinner consistency paint, you can up your GAC 800 or up your Liquitex in order to help thin those paints down. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of that, but before I do, I'm going to show you the different consistencies of the pouring medium. And I apologize, I'm putting white pouring medium on a white plate, so it might be a little hard for you to see. But this is our Floetrol. Put a little dab right there. I have this handy dandy strainer cap on it that one of my painting peeps sent me a while back, and I am very grateful for it because I leave it right here close at hand, and it works absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and put some GAC 800 right there. And let's put a little Liquitex right there. Now my blobs are a little bit big, but I still think you're going to be able to see this. So let's go ahead and tilt that. You can see that Liquitex and GAC are much thinner than the Floetrol. At least I hope you can see that. So if I want my paints to be on a heavier side, I up my Floetrol. If I want my paints to be on a thinner side, I up my Liquitex or my GAC 800. So I hope that makes sense. Now we're working with different density paints today, which is good because I'm going to show you how I mix each and every one of them. So we've got 5 paints there in my 5 cups. And the first thing I do for good luck, because I love this product, it helps with cracking, crazing, and does so many other things to your paint, is I always put a squirt of GAC 800 in the bottom of my cup. Now we don't need a lot because we're doing a swipe, a minimalistic swipe, so I don't need a lot of paint. So there's my GAC 800. And today I'm going to put a squeeze of my Liquitex pouring medium in as well. Once again, it's because I don't need a big 6-ounce cup of these paints. I only need about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of mixed up color in each one of these little baby cups. So that's our squeeze of Liquitex pouring medium. Why Liquitex? Well, every pouring medium that I use does different things for my paints. Liquitex is archival. Liquitex is self-leveling. Liquitex was made for the pouring community and it has worked for me. So that's why I use that. Floetrol. It's a flow extender. It helps our paints to flow a little bit better. But I'm not going to add this in there just yet. I'm going to add my paints next because I want to mix them up really good with these wonderful products. So, first paint we're using is Golden Turquoise. It's a fluid paint. What does that mean? It means it's more fluid. And let me show you an example of that. I'm going to put just a little dribble right there of my fluid paint. And then I'm going to put next to it a medium body paint, which is this Artist Loft Metallic Cobalt Blue. Get on out of there. You can tell just by the way it mounds on the plate how much heavier the cobalt blue is. And let's go ahead and tilt that. So a fluid paint is more fluid than your tube paint. And heavier body paints are even more heavier than the medium body tube paint. So I adjust my pouring medium accordingly. So let's go ahead and fill this cup right here with just a dash. And it's all you need because it's a very high pigmented paint of the Golden Fluid Turquoise. And let's go ahead and do a little bit more because the pigment isn't quite as strong in this medium body metallic cobalt blue paint. And we're going to use another medium body paint. Actually, this is probably even a little bit heavier body. How do you learn that? You learn them by using. Go ahead and add some of the Arteza Bordeaux Red. And also a medium body paint, and I'm down to the bottom of this, is our Deco Art 24 karat gold. Let's go ahead and add that to this cup. So far we've got about, a quarter of an ounce of the GAC and the Liquitex and about a half an ounce of paint in each one of these little cups here. Now our final paint today is Golden, the Q word in the burnt orange. This is a heavy body paint. This is the densest of all of these paints. Can you see that? It don't move. It's very thick. It's like molasses thick. It's very, very thick. Excuse me. And it's a golden paint, and the pigment is very strong, so we don't need that much of it. So we're going to go ahead and put that in that cup right here. And then I'm going to quickly, probably fast forward, stir these all up a bit and get that GAC 800 and that Liquitex pouring medium all nice and mixed in these paints. And there you have it. Our little bit of paint is mixed up with our Liquitex pouring medium and our GAC 800. Now remember, this might be a little hard to see because it's a dark color. This is our fluid paint. Can you see how fluid that is? Our medium body paint, much thicker. Same with the Arteza Bordeaux Red. Kind of just blobs on out of there. Same with the Deco Art. And then the heavy body paint, the Nickel Azo Orange, is really, really, really blobbly. Blobbly, is that a word, guys? Now I need all of these paints to be the same consistency for my swipe. So what do I need to do? Well, I haven't added my Floetrol yet. Now we can adjust the density of these paints by adding our Floetrol and our water. But this is what this girl does. I go ahead And in my fluid paint, which is the thinnest paint, and I need to almost thicken it up a little bit, I'm gonna add my Floetrol to it. Now with the golden fluid paints, guys, Floetrol, GAC, and your Liquitex pouring medium give you the perfect consistency for a swipe, or at least it does for me. Let's give that a really good stir. See all that nice rich color coming to the top? Let's look at that consistency, guys. Just leaves a little bit of a trace before the paint disappears into the cup below. This is perfect. Perfect for this girl's swipe. So I need to do the same to all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of Floetrol to help my paint with its flow. And I'm not going to add quite as much Floetrol to the heavy body paint. Instead, I'm going to give it an extra squeeze of GAC 800 to help with its fluidity. Let's go ahead and stir these babies up. Let's take a look at these consistencies again. Remember, this is the perfect consistency, or at least the way that I like it for my swipes. Leaves a little bit of a mound before it dissipates. No mound on a mound on a mound, or a blob on a blob on a blob. So we need to get these colors to that consistency. And as you can see here, we've got a mound on a mound on a mound on a mound. A mound on a mound, not quite as heavy as the metallic paint here. Not quite as heavy as well as the metallic cobalt blue. And this was our heaviest body paint, but I added a little bit more GAC versus the Floetrol, which is heavier, and we are almost there with that. So this is the important part. Where do we go from here? Water. Water helps get all your paints to the proper consistency. So this one's the heaviest, so I'm going to give it a nice little squeeze. Baby squeeze. Baby squeeze, baby squeeze. Once again, stir these babies up. So we've added water to all of these paints but the golden turquoise, which was a fluid paint and did not need any water. And let's go ahead and do a drip test. Now, I don't do drip tests anymore because I can just tell by the way my paint feels in the cup, the way the drip rolls off the popsicle stick, whether or not I am where I need to be. But for 6 months to 10 months, I did the drip test every time I painted. So let me grab a paper plate. I'd say that's pretty close to consistent. This paint right here, which was the second heaviest body paint, which was the Artist Loft Metallic in the Cobalt Blue, might need just a smidgen, just a tiny dash of water. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Now, remember, you can adjust your consistencies not just with water, you can adjust them with your pouring mediums once you realize the density of your pouring mediums. Guys, I've told you 100 times, it is not rocket science. If one paint's a little bit heavier than another paint, that's okay. That's okay. It really and truly is. Eventually, it just becomes so second nature to you guys, you can almost do it blindfold. So let me go ahead and clean my space up, and then we'll get down to our canvas. Once again, we're working on a 10 by 20 gallery wrap canvas. Our base coat is going to be Artist Loft soft body paint in the black. And we're just going to do a minimalistic swipe. Glad you're here, guys. Hope that helped. Let's put some tunes on. Let's get busy.
I've been waiting around for you. Why did you take so long to come to me? Maybe you were waiting around for me too. So